Here comes pressure from Washington State. Chambliss gets out of there. Trinidad, touchdown!
One, I think, is very valuable for college football from a quarterback's perspective. Here's an open run by Kewan Lacy. And Lacy's looking for his third of the night. 42-yard run for Kewan Lacy. It's a 3-touchdown night for the transfer running back.
Go to the line of scrimmage. Ball on the right hash. Caden Lee comes wide right. This is a pistol formation. Lacy is behind Chambliss in a gun. Chambliss keeps, runs off the left side. He's got a lot of green grass left side to the 40, to the 35, down the sidelines to the 25, to the 20. They got an angle on him. 5 and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
2025 Ole Miss was led by a star-powered offense. And as great as the playmaking was in that phase of the game, it was just as spectacular in the other two.
Nowhere to go. Breaking tackles. Now floats one down the sideline. Intercepted.
A minute gone by in the second half. Nussmeier sacked back inside the 30-yard line by Will Eccles, the first sack of the day. Isaiah Sategna. The ball came out at the end. Rebels think they have it. Yes, it is. Ole Miss ball.
Spins out here. Will Eccles collapsed the pocket.
And as the season went on, players like Kewan Lacy captured the heart of Rebel Nation.
Breaking free is Lacy. Touchdown. 28 yards.
Kewan Lacy busts it. Kewan Lacy on his feet to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown. Direct snap to Lacy. Freeway to the end zone. He adds to his Ole Miss record. Touchdown. Number 18 on the ground this season for Kewan Lacy.
The best way to measure the success of the 2025 season is to look at the trophy case.
All right, here we go from the 35, 4th and 3 from the LSU 35 right hash.
On 4th and 3, it's right and he's wide open. He should just go down in bounds, and he does.
He said, forget the touchdown. I got the catch. I got the first down. The Rebels are in business with a win over the LSU Tigers.
They beat LSU 24-19.
Hell of a win, man. Hell of a win. LSU's a tough team. Okay, boy, let's go. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Rebels on top all day, man. Let's go. BTA.
Chambliss, fade, scribbling. He's got it. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
The fake to Lacy down the field. He's got a receiver. Caught at the 35, the 40, breaking free to the 45, the 40 is Alexander. He could go. He does. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Call game. Y'all see that, man. We running silk. Y'all know what it is. We coming back home with. We wasn't leaving without it.
You know, finish out the year 11-1. Come to the rivals. Come to the rival field. Send them home sad. I'm 4-1 versus State. A good way to go out 11-1. Now it's time to push for the playoffs now.
Feel great, man. Trying to go 1-0 in the playoffs. You know, get our bodies right, get our minds right, man. Ready to come out here and get a dub.
At the end of the regular season, Ole Miss was looking for a new head coach. The perfect candidate just happened to be down the hall.
Saturday hit. So I got a phone call late Saturday night from Keith saying, hey, let's meet in the morning at 7:30, me, you, and Joe Judge, and kind of see where we're at, see where we're going to go, and what the plan is. So met with them at 7:30. He was set to meet with our leadership council at 8 over there at their office. So we met at 7:30, then he met with the leadership, and then I went back over there to meet with him again about 12:15. And then so they offered me the job about 12:20. I accepted the job to find out that we have a 1 o'clock team meeting to announce me that I had no idea about.
I told PG, man, I was so proud of him, bro. Not even just from a coach standpoint, just from a our relationship man to man. Just been seeing him grow, even from when I wasn't here, when I was in high school. He came here as a DC and started taking over, and he's been getting better and better every year.
It's not my team, it's their team. And I think every championship team that I've ever been on has been a player-led team. And so we had the right type of guys on that team. And I think it was really easy for them to come together based on the opportunity that we had.
Yeah, he definitely has, take control of, Ole Miss and the Ole Miss football program. We view Pete as a leader. He's a great coach. He really cares for the team, and we love him.
The first task as head coach? Lead the Rebels in their inaugural college football playoff appearance.
You earned the right to play at home, right? Where you're undefeated, right? Where you play together all year. Where this senior class has only lost one game. You earned that right, right? But more importantly, right, how we play today, you earn another one, right? And what's the legacy you want this group to be able to create?
We owe it to the seniors, because they built this standard here, and we owe it to them to play another game.
We said it, back in fall camp, all the way in the summer, that win as many games as you can, go as far as you can in the playoffs, and there really wasn't anything else to change except go out there, play ball, and execute.
Lacey's first touch straight up the middle and straight into the end zone. You cannot start better than that.
Did our guys work harder than the other team that we were playing? Did we prepare harder? Did we practice better, right? Did we take better care of our body than they did? Did we want it more than them? And then once that ball was spotted, did we have better execution on a more consistent basis than they did?
He looks like Archie, looking downfield. He gets a block, dumps it downfield. He's got Lacey. Lacey is hammered, but he breaks the tackle. He's got the first down. He's in trouble. He's hit. He's down. The ball is out. The Rebels are going to have it in great field position.
Lobbing it up behind the defense. Dejan struggling. Tackle from behind. And it is good. Right down the middle.
The Ole Miss Rebels have knocked off the Georgia Bulldogs. Arizona, here we come.
PG the GOAT. I'm trying to tell you, that's my dog. PG the GOAT, man. He set the standard on the defense, and that's what he gonna do. Hot and tight, let's do it.
PG is one of a kind, man. Perfect person to be, head coach. I'm proud of him, happy for him. He gonna do big things for this program for sure.
PG's just a G. PG's just a G. I think everybody around PG just knows that he's the realest, and he rides for his guys. He's the most loyal.
Up the middle, Lacey. He breaks in the clear. He may go. He's to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss, right up the gut.
The Hurricanes cannot let him down. A lightning strike for Ole Miss. 73 yards.
Campbell's in the pocket, throws toward the end zone. He's got his man. Daquan Wright on a corner route on the opposite side of the field. Catches it and scores. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Beck wants to throw, looking in the end zone, being chased. Now he's going to run left, and he's going to score easily. Touchdown, Miami. Chambliss runs to his left, looks, fires toward the end zone. Jump ball incomplete in the back corner of the end zone. And that's it. Miami wins the Fiesta Bowl.
I couldn't be prouder of a group of dudes. What happens not okay. I get it, right? We're going to watch the tape, all right, all of us, and we're going to look back at it, right, and know if we'd have done the things necessary, right, that we could have won the game. But that's part of life.
Just to get that feeling of, we were so close to, winning national championship. I think our guys are even more hungrier than they were last year.
Coach Zoner, our D-line coach, he always says we were 3 minutes and 21 seconds away from going to the national championship. So, it just stays in my head, it's motivation to get back to that point and be able to give more and strain a little bit more to come out victorious.
But that shows you, this group, this senior class, this is the expectation. The expectation is to come out of a semifinal game pissed off that you're not going to a national championship. And looking at the tape, right, and if we'd have done the things necessary, coaching and playing right, we probably would have felt different. And that's the beautiful thing about a team game, man. It's all of us. It is all of us. And I can assure you, I wouldn't trade any of you. Right? If we could rewind this back, I'm taking the same in this room and we go run this thing back.
Let's go!
Some breaking news into SportsCenter. We finally got a decision. A Mississippi judge has issued an injunction to allow Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss to play.
It was a very weird and just like kind of crazy offseason start. Just a lot going on, a lot of question marks, a lot of doubts and I guess questions in if I'll be back here at Ole Miss, if I'm going to go to the NFL. And you know, God willing, here I am at Ole Miss, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that because, you know, this is where I belong. This is where I want to be.
Trinidad Chambliss finished 8th in the Heisman as the SEC Newcomer of the Year, and he should have one more season of eligibility next year
that
in the
is
SEC.
A big story, especially before spring ball.
When that happened, it was just a big sigh of relief. It felt like a rock was lifted off my chest. I could finally breathe, I could finally relax, I can finally focus on Ole Miss football.
SA, your thoughts on this for Trinidad?
I'm very, very happy with this ruling. Let the kid play. It ain't too many people that's looking to stay in college, you know, these days. Here's a kid that wants to play college football. You know, we all know that based on the year that he had, got Ole Miss to the college football playoffs. They won 2 games there. He put forth a virtuoso performance against Georgia with 362 yards passing. The kid can ball, okay? And college football would benefit immensely to see him on center stage. It's a great story, and he's a great talent. Where they work on the magic. What a season, what a season. What a great season.
Yeah. This is your first time in Oxford?
My first time in the state.
In Mississippi?
Other than me driving through.
It was my first time before I came on my visit.
Okay.
Fell in love with it.
Fell in love with it.
Yeah.
You fell in love with Mississippi?
Oxford, Mississippi, yeah. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about me, I ain't wasting my time coming to
It's got to be a good game.
I want the good game.
Yeah.
I want the good game.
Yeah. You look like you know what you're doing. There you go.
Hey, football coach. How you doing? Yeah, good to see you, brother. Appreciate you. Absolutely, man. Glad to have you. How was the trip, man?
You know, I really just got here.
Yeah.
Well, I had to work in New York this morning.
Hey, he's too old to be signed.
The treat was meeting the players because I got a lot of respect for Chambliss. I think he's a big-time player, a great person, you know, a great guy for college football, the market for the upcoming season. More people need to see him and learn more about him because he's a great player, and I think he's going to be big time on the next level too. I believe in that kid.
Don't love it. Peak the seam, nope, curl flat.
New offensive coordinator John David Baker is no stranger to the Manning Center.
I would probably not call this in team periods today. I'll do it in Skelly. Get some work at it in Skelly, and then we'll get a good feel for it before we call it in team stuff.
What y'all was doing right here?
I don't know, maybe I think he said if we score, we get ice cream, so I guess we were juiced about ice cream. Again, be ready for any of these plays that go to a 3rd and short.
The former Rebels tight end coach has returned to Oxford, this time to command the offense under Pete Golding.
Good, finish! Good, nice job right there, bud. Hey, great job, Trinidad.
Yeah, this is our first time getting to chat with you. So I guess just overall, like, what is your offensive philosophy? And who are some of the people or who have influenced the way that you call plays and design offense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it starts, for me, it all starts all the way back at North Texas with Seth Luttrell and Graham Harrell. They were 2 air raid guys. A large part of it is what we did here for 3 years in my time here, and then continue to do that at East Carolina.
The basis and the foundation of this offense is forcing people to cover every blade of grass on the field. And for us, it's always been about spreading people out and playing fast and playing with tempo, and that'll always be the foundation of who we are. And then you got to zero in and understand, okay, what are the pieces that I have offensively? And we're lucky here. We've got some really good pieces, just like we did at ECU. And for me, it's okay, once we establish the basis of the offense, okay, let's figure out what our guys do really well and then put them in positions to be able to do that at a high level.
Let's go! Finish JT! Finish JT!
It's like NASCAR, it's fast-paced. We want to get the ball rolling. We want to get the ball out to our guys and, really put pressure on the defense.
What I want is for people to see a team that's always on the attack. Like, we don't want to sit there and take what the defense gives us. No, let's go take it.
John David Baker hit the ground running in a unique position for any coach.
My first thought when I first came back was immediate recruitment of the guys on the roster. And then as time went on, it became like, hey, now I've got to kind of help coach these guys, which was the best thing that could happen, honestly, because I got to be around them, they got to be around me, and ultimately what it comes down to is them putting their trust in me.
From the offensive perspective, I think it was really important for them to understand, hey, we're hiring a guy that had been in this system, had gone off, tweaked it a little bit with his own, had a lot of success, 131 to 14th at East Carolina, and now is going to come back that had been here, knew the expectation, and had a lot of success.
You have to have that connection when it's a quarterback, being out there, he's calling the plays up there in the box, and we have to have that genuine connection out there, and that's what I've been doing with Coach Judge and Coach JDB, and throughout the spring, it's been really good so far.
He stays in the box, and I love to throw with the tight end, rip it. Right now, like that about to be open, and you still got to just trust your timing. Yep.
I'd take a ton of responsibility for, guys on the roster that, maybe have a year left and then they're trying to go play at the next level. Well, next year is a huge year for them. 2026 is a huge year for them. And so they had to put a ton of trust in me. And I don't take that lightly. And they know that. And I've expressed that to them of, how much responsibility I feel in that to make sure that I'm going to go help these guys achieve what they want to achieve. And that was my biggest selling point.
I asked Pete kind of his expectations or need to see out of Caleb Odom.
In my experience in this offense, it's most dynamic when you've got a real weapon at the tight end position.
It could be the deepest room that we've had here in quite a while, and that's coming from a guy that coached the position for 3 years. We've got a lot of unique body types in there that can do different things. So it'll be interesting just to see as the spring goes, who develops into what roles and how we can use those guys.
They will throw it here. Pass is caught. That one goes to Caleb Odom. Caleb still on his feet. Caleb inside the 20 and finally pushed out of bounds inside the 15. Rebels will go for two. Chambliss in a gun. He's got two receivers right from the 3-yard line. There's the snap. Makes the give, wants to throw, launches back in the end zone, wide open. Odom hauls it in, and the Rebels get two.
Caleb Odom's sophomore season ended with strong production when the games mattered the most.
Keywan, no.
And the junior tight end is looking to turn a good finish into a big leap.
Obviously, Caleb is a unique, talent. He spent most of the year in the receiver room and then kind of got switched to tight end. Now he's in that tight end room and he's in there. He's learning how to do it. But he will be somebody that we got to use the right way. We got to put him in spots to be successful.
Keep pushing forward and let's keep building, man. Are you where you're supposed to be right now? No, your best version of yourself is in the future. Keep pushing, keep taking the necessary steps to get there. Here we go, let's go. Fast on one. Fast.
Tell us about you and how you got to Ole Miss in the portal. I imagine you had options.
Trying to lower his shoulder. He says hello to Keaton Thomas.
Just the will to want to. Refuses to be blocked, turns back upfield.
Not getting away from Keaton Thomas.
But it goes right to Baylor. The transfer, Keaton Thomas, touchdown.
Once the portal officially opened, Coach Golden hit me up. We started forming that relationship, and it was just apparent to me that this needed to be my first visit, and it was my only visit.
Now with practice in full swing, Thomas is seamlessly taking on his new role with the team.
Come on. While we tired, come on. While we tired, you feel me?
He's such a hard worker. That's even off the field. He's always early. He get effort every rep. He never takes a rep off. And, in the past, he's such a great leader. He talks a lot. That's good for Mike linebackers.
And there's no better person to take cues from than the defensive mind of Pete Golding.
Pressing the hip with my eyes. My angle's still pressing the hip, but I want to go low eyes to the outside foot.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking angle this hip, eyes to the outside what? foot.
Foot.
So then I know when it's a short stick, right, then I know he's got on the opposite. If it's angle, he's going to go over what? Exaggerate.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So then any short one, I'm pressing what?
Him.
Into it.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense? Any over exaggerating, I'm thinking wall and deny. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. It's just a different type of tenacity that the whole building kind of holds within the defensive side of the ball. I mean, at practice we attack. He loves to attack. He loves guys who work hard. And I want to be a part of a culture that has that same ideology, just coming in and working and earning everything that you get.
Amazing day today. You know, we got the community and people from all over just coming out and support us. So it's amazing, you know, just seeing them come out, you know, just showing them how much we really appreciate them.
Win, lose, whatever. They're always here supporting us. We love them. They love us. So it's awesome just to give back and, you know, say hi to some faces and sign some autographs.
It's a blessing having all these people come out here just to come see us. It's a blessing, man.
It's a good crowd, a good turnout. They must have enjoyed the wins we had last season, I think.
Oh, it's awesome. It shows how much this community really loves us and supports us.
Happy to be back home, man. Just happy to spend my last year back at home in Mississippi. You know?
Yeah, this is a crazy turnout. I really wasn't expecting all this to be out here, but it's a big turnout. It's a lot of good fan energy. A lot of people know me. I wasn't expecting that, so it's a good turnout.
Can you believe all these people showing up to get Joe Corey's autograph?
Joe Corey? Yeah. It's awesome. It's cool to see how the fans come and support us and, you know, truly care for Ole Miss football.
They're for either Chappie or Big Amish. My commander. They're for him. That's Mr. Ole Miss. They're here for our commander, Amish.
It's just a credit to, you know, our fan base and then the work we put in, man. Like, it really had doubled since last year.
Hey, Keaton, man, he a real life dog right here. Hey, you gonna see in the fall. Just people gotta wait and see.